Thank you so much for staying here on the AM show. It's now time to bring you details of what Benjamin spoke about just before we took the break. And it's about the Ghana Revenue Authority retrieving over $93 million and 420 million cedis from multinational and local companies operating in the country through its Informant Reward Scheme. Now, these were taxes that the country could have lost as a result of the firm's unwillingness to pay their taxes. These were uncovered through the GRA's informant application system. This morning, we've been joined by Wisdom Kofi Heto. He's acting head of intelligence at the GRA. Good to have you here. Yeah, good morning to you. And it's really exciting when you hear the gains the GRA is making with regards to persons who want to take advantage and not pay what is due the state. Tell us more about this informant scheme.
Yeah, thank you, Bernice. This informant scheme is a review one. We used to have it in place, but not very attractive. So many people want to profile information, but they may turn it away when you mention the amount involved to them. So this has been reviewed. So we've categorized them. So when you bring information, that leads to recovery of tax revenue, which would have been lost, then we will give you some award. We have various categories. When the amount is below 2.5 million Ghana cedis,
right,
then we'll give you 25% of the interest or the penalty involved, but this is capped at 25,000 cedis. When it is above 2.5 million, then we'll give you 1% of total recovery, and this is also pegged at 250 Ghana cedis. When the recovery is more than 25 million Ghana cedis, then the top management, in consultation with the board, will determine how much to reward you.
Okay.
Then also another category is when there is no penalty or interest, then Commissioner General will determine between 5,000 and 25,000 to reward the informant. We also have cases where vehicles are smuggled into the country. They are not customed. So we pay when they are arrested and the various processes are gone through. Then we pay for saloon cars. We pay them 500 Ghana cedis. For SUV, we pay them 700. Then buses and vans, we pay them 1,000 cedis. Then for trucks, we pay them 1,200 Ghana cedis.
Mm. So how do informants reach out to you? What's the process like?
Yeah, we have lines in place, telephone lines, WhatsApp platforms in place where we give to them. They assess it, they give information leading to these malpractices or improprieties, if like. So they reach out to us through that. We have some we call them walk-in informants. You could just walk into my office and give me critical information that will lead to recovery of this tax revenue. So briefly, that's how they reach us.
So, I mean, later I would allow you to announce the numbers and the social media platforms through which people can reach you if they have any information to give you with regards to persons or organizations that are taking advantage of the state. Yeah, right. But this $93 million we're talking about, is this just for this year?
Yeah, for this year.
Okay.
This year.
So are the monies just retrieved or organizations and individuals suffer sanctions?
Yeah, they suffer sanctions. They suffer sanctions. That's why I said that penalties are imposed, interests are imposed. There are various categories of interest and penalties that are imposed. So they don't just, we don't just retrieve, but we impose sanctions on them. Sometimes penal consequences are attached. Sometimes there are criminal activities involved. For instance, falsification of records, burning or installation of records. All these things are criminal. So if we found out that you engage in such things, then we escalate it to our prosecution department. Then they take it up. Because we want to even prosecute so that it will serve as a deterrent to many potential tax defaulters or non-compliant taxpayers.
Interesting. On the top of your head, is there any, without mentioning names of organizations, is there any story you'd like to share with us of how you got to know about the company evading tax and how, you know, GRA went about retrieving it? Something interesting, if there's any that comes to your mind.
Yeah, there is an instance, or there was an instance, where an informant walked into my office and told me, in fact, he was working with them and they had a good relationship which went bad. So he came. Actually, he wasn't happy about what was going on. He's a Ghanaian, so he decided to quit and came to inform about it. So he told us where the records are being kept and how we can access them. So we set out to do our pick our intelligence, do our little investigation. Then we inform Commissioner General, who gives us a warrant so that we can access the records, their premises, and retrieve or remove whatever record we think will facilitate our work as far as the retrieval of the tax is concerned. Yeah, so we went ahead and we got them, and they came to pay.
Right. So what exactly were they doing? How were they, what exactly about the records
for instance,
led to they not paying the right taxes?
Yeah, for instance, let's say you are a supplier, so you supply and you issue invoice, let's say 4 invoices in a month. So let's say one invoice is for 1 million. So it means that in a month you supply to a particular client and you have 4 million sales you make. But they will declare only 1 million.
So under declaration.
That's right, under declaration. So they pay for only 1 million. They pay tax on only 1 million. The rest, 3 million, is lost. You know. So when this was revealed to us, we set out to retrieve the data, and at the end of the day, we were able to establish the liability, and they came to pay.
I see the GRA has started a major digitization drive where we now have the EVAT, the e-clearance certificate. In conversation with the GRA and its officials, we understand that some of these, or going digital, is basically to address some of these concerns with records and under declarations and all that. So will this scheme, will it still be relevant, seeing that you're trying to deal with all those loopholes that organizations and individuals take advantage of? Will the scheme still be necessary, or will it still run? Yeah,
it's still necessary. In fact, it's not all taxpayers who are hooked onto this platform yet now. Even with this new platform, the EVAT platform, I had a call from a tax or a customer who went to one of the shops to buy. Then he called that, okay, when our men were there, then they were operating with what we gave them. They immediately left, then they reverted. So I quickly invited them to my office. Then they came. But apparently, they were having some challenges. So through the conversation, they showed me the conversation that they had with our team and all that. So I was convinced that yes, they really had challenges. That was why. So with this, even those who want to still manipulate this one will still be on their heels.
Interesting. So this particular policy runs under the intelligence department of the GRA, right?
Yeah, we have an ethics and good governance department.
Okay.
Under it, we have intelligence investigations, anti-money laundering, and also internal affairs. So, intelligence unit under the good ethics and good governance department, we handle it now, but we escalate it. I mean, we don't handle it alone. We work together with investigation, we work together with internal affairs, anti-money laundering. So together, we are able to realize tax revenue that could have been lost.
It's very interesting. When you said money laundering, I had a lot of ideas running through my mind because there have been concerns about certain people or groups of people who flaunt a lot of money in the country without any recognizable profession per se. can people also, I like the smile on your face. Can people also call you, Mr. Heto, or the GRA and say, look, there's this gentleman who lives in my area. He drives flashy cars. I'm not sure what work he does. Can the GRA look into that? Does that fall within your purview?
Yeah, it does. But we'll give that information to the anti-money laundering unit,
okay,
and they will follow up.
Right.
I can tell you that we have similar complaints coming.
Okay.
And we follow through. I can share with you that there was a time, we have a bilateral agreement with some countries. So when you go out, you are compelled to declare whatever money you are bringing into their country, which they don't, or they fail to declare here, or by some means they don't declare all. So we're following up on them, and we arrived into a very important man's home. But apparently, some of them declare wrong address over there.
Okay.
So you trace it, but you may not get to them. Some of them intentionally they misspell the name. For instance, cantonment, for instance, they may omit. So when you are searching for them, it becomes very difficult. But we work with financial institutions. So if you realize that, Bernice, your account is very fat, and we'll call you to come and tell us how you...
Oh, the GRA does that in this country?
Yes, we do.
Okay,
yes.
So you see all the people on social media who flaunt luxurious cars, buildings, and the GRA knows that for sure this person has a job that will give him that money to acquire these things. Yeah,
they do. I can tell you that some people even got to resign from their position. There's a particular work I'm doing now. The informant is not a Ghanaian. He's not even a Ghanaian. Okay. I've never cited him, but we chat. He gives me an order. I'm working on it now. We have retrieved some amount, I think about 6-something million. Then the work is not completed. Only one leg of it is completed. So I learned the legal officer has resigned because apparently some of the things that they were doing were outside his purview. He didn't know until I invited him to my office, and during the interrogation, at a point, he decided not to speak because he looked so stupid that as a legal officer, he should allow, or he couldn't have had control over those things. Right. So yes, we do it. We invite people. You are driving a very expensive car now, and we want you to just explain to us how you came by that money. Have you accounted for
I'm actually surprised to know that GRA does that because, okay, so what we are discussing today is the Informant Scheme by the GRA, the Informant Reward Scheme, where they give you some money for informing them about tax evasion, suspicions of organizations or individuals who may be ripping the state of what is due it. And we all know that revenue is very important to development, and it's important that we support the GRA to realize the needed amount, because sometimes it's not just about raising revenue. Is it enough to take us to the place where we want to be? So, Mr. Heto, I'll just give you the opportunity to announce the phone lines, or you could go ahead, the phone lines, or any of the platforms that we can report persons we work for or persons we work with who may be evading tax. And we've outlined what you stand to benefit as a result of this bold step. So Mr. Heto will just run us through the numbers to call and the platforms to visit.
Yeah. So we have a toll-free line of 080 800 900 110. 8080 800 900 110. Then we have another one, 020 926 7049. 020 9267 049. Then another is 020 926 7048. Then you can also reach us on our website, www.gra.gov.gh, www.gra.gov.gh. www.gra.gov.gh. And also our email address, info@gra.com. info@gra.com. So these are channels you can reach out through.
Right. Is there anything you'd like to say about the Informant Reward Scheme as we wrap up the conversation?
Yeah, I just want to inform the general public that tax payment is the way countries develop, and we can do our bit. So you can give us information of any form of impropriety relating to tax, and you are not only delivering on your civic duty or responsibility of helping to mobilize revenue, but also we have financial rewards which you can benefit from. So we are encouraging the general public that you reach out through these lines that I've mentioned, and also you can visit us at our offices at Shipper's House, Intelligence Office. And whatever complaint you have, whatever disclosures you want to give us, we are ready to assist you or to receive that information. I want to assure you also that your security and confidentiality of the information is very central to the scheme. So we'll never compromise that for anything. We are assuring you that your identity will never be revealed. So we encourage you to come and give us the critical information that we need. So together, we can mobilize revenue to develop our beloved country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wisdom Kofi Heto is Acting Head of Intelligence at the GRA. And this morning, we've been talking about the Informant Reward Scheme. If you missed any part of this, you can just get onto our YouTube page or Facebook and get the details of how much an informant will earn based on the amount to be retrieved when it comes to issues of vehicles that are brought into the country without duties being paid. It also depends on the vehicle it's make and so many other things. So you can just furnish yourself with those details. And the GRA also wishes to inform you that persons wishing to apply for tax clearance certificates should do so online via www.taxpayersportal.com or download the Ghana Taxpayers app on Google Play Store or the App Store. Applicants who visit the taxpayer service centers will be assisted by officers of the authority to apply. Applicants are also required to indicate the taxpayer identification number, TIN, of the institution or organization requesting the certificate so that they can receive a copy. Applicants should take note and be guided accordingly. Kindly contact GRA's toll-free number 0800 900 110 or via these WhatsApp numbers 055 299 0000 or 0200631664 or send an email to gra.gov.gh for further enquiries. There's more news coming from the GRA, and this is with regards to the general public, especially persons who would want to get the VAT. Now, GRA wants you to know that the Domestic Tax Revenue Division has commenced the implementation of an electronic invoicing system of VAT, referred to as EVAT. It involves integrating the invoicing systems of VAT registered taxpayers to the Commissioner General's invoicing system. Again, kindly contact the GRA's toll-free 0800 900 110 or via WhatsApp on 055 299 0000 or 0200631664 for further enquiries. Well, this morning on the show, we've been talking about that update delivered by the Finance Minister. We've been getting some expert analysis, and we have been having discussions as well on some of the key pointers raised there. Is our goal of getting a deal by first quarter of 2023 realistic? If we don't get it, what happens? We've also been speaking to the TUC, and it was revealed here on our show that the TUC is going into a meeting with the Finance Ministry on the debt restructuring program. Interesting to see how that will end. But do stay with us. We get interactive with you right after this.